Alright, now throughout the years we've had a lot of these versus type games where you have characters from one game jumping into another game, and primarily in fighting games, or we've had companies versus other companies. The latest one to come out is Street Fighter X Tekken. But I believe the one that started everything was this here, Fatal Fury Special for the Neo Geo. I remember when I originally got this, I used to spend hours trying to get a character called Ryu, which was a secret character, and if I recall correctly, the only way to get him was to fight all the way through without losing a single round, and I recall spending hours just trying to beat the game without losing a round. If I would lose a round, I'd have to just lose a complete fight just so I could start all over. And once you play through the game, beat the game, you would get Ryu from Art of Fighting in a Fatal Fury game, and if you had a memory card on your AES, you were able to save him, and from that point on, you can play as him. He would appear on the character select menu, and I believe that was the first crossover, an Art of Fighting character on a Fatal Fury game, and then from there we have the King of Fighters series. Started out with King of Fighters 94 and so on and so on, and here's a couple of the King of Fighters which I dug out. Basically from there we've had the X-Men versus Street Fighter, we have the Street Fighter versus Marvel. Then we have the Marvel vs. Capcom series which came out. From there we also have Capcom vs. SNK, Capcom vs. SNK 2, which are still, this is up there with Mortal Kombat 2 for me. I love Mortal Kombat 2, and I love Capcom vs. SNK 2 just as much. I love this game. This game is, in most of my videos when I have this machine on, this game is typically playing because I'm always playing this game. Then from there we also have some Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, which is a mixture of the SNK characters. Capcom also did one called Capcom Fighting Evolution, which is a mixture of Capcom's characters. Nintendo, actually over here, Nintendo also tried their hand at it and made a successful line called Super Smash Brothers. Started out with the N64 and carried over into the Wii. Capcom, a couple years back, released this, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, for the Wii. I really haven't played as much as I should of this game, maybe one day as time permits, but yeah, it looks pretty good. For a Wii game, it actually looks beautiful. And then Midway also gave it a shot with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, which is, it's good. It's no Mortal Kombat 9, but it's good. So yeah, this is the latest one, Street Fighter X Tekken. It's very good. I like it. The only thing I wasn't wild about was that they Capcomized the Tekken characters, and what I mean by that is the moves that I was accustomed to for the Tekken characters have been swapped out. They're not Namco type controls. They made them more Street Fighter-ish. So I guess they And basically just mapped it out for their buttons, and a lot of the moves have been swapped out. Now they're like forward, down, and like a rotation, as if you were throwing a fireball instead of button combinations and other things. So Capcom swapped out the controls. They're no longer Namco type controls, but still, once you get the hang of it, everything's great. It's a great game. It looks beautiful. Everything plays great. So yeah, so that's my take on crossover fighting games, and yeah, so time to give it a shot right now and play me some games.